So in our main activity Java file, the first thing we want to do is to link the layout views that we made to our Java file. So we had a button called add, and we had a button called subtract. And we had a text view called result. Oh yeah, if you ever get this red error, all you need to do is press Alt and Enter on your keyboard and then import the class into your activity up here. Okay, so within our onCreate method, our layout activity main has been set as the content view, which is good, that's what we want. So we need to link our button in the Java activity to our layout button. So if I just click add equals find view by ID, and we named our ID add, and do the same for subtract, and the same for our result as well. Awesome. So what we also need to do is we need an integer value, which I'm going to call results, to store the number value, which we're then going to display in our text view. So what we need to do is when the add button is clicked, we want our result value, which we want to start at 0, to go up by 1. So to do that, we need a onClick listener. So if you type in the name of your add button, so add, and then set onClick listener, new onClick listener, and then it should open this function here. So our counter is quite simple. We just want our result to become result plus 1. And then similar for our subtract button, if we set an onClick listener, new onClick listener, we want our result value to go down by 1. Okay. So at the moment, if we ran this, our button still wouldn't do anything because this result value isn't being displayed on our result text view. So to do that, I'm going to create a method called display result. And the reason I'm putting this in a method is just so I don't have to write the same code multiple times. So every time I want to display my result, I'll just call the display result method. So in order to do that, I write results.setText. Now, in order to set the text of a text view, your variable needs to be a string. So we just want string of value result. And then every time our result changes, we want it to be displayed. Okay, so now we're going to run that. Let's see if it works. Okay, good. So when I click my plus button, it goes up by 1. When I click my minus button, it goes down by 1. So perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a reset button. So if I just copy my button view, call this one reset. Make the text reset. And I think we can have this one smaller. We don't need it to be that big. Also, instead of it being below our result, I want it to align with the bottom of the relative layout. So we just need to write align parent bottom true. Okay, so now it's the bottom here. And same as we've done before, we now have another button called reset. We need to link it. Oh, no. And when we click reset, we basically want the result to go back to 0. And don't forget you need to display that result as well. Okay. Let's run that again. Okay, now we have our reset button. So if I happen to be counting something and then I wanted to go back to 0, if I click reset, it does, which is great. Now, one last thing that I want to do, it's up to you, but at the moment, when you click minus and the result is already on 0, it goes into a minus value, and I don't really want my counter to go into a negative value because it doesn't really make sense. So I am going to add an if statement onto my subtract. So basically, if result is less than or equal to 0, then result should equal 0. Else do as before. Okay. So now hopefully when I click minus, it should just stay at 0. Okay, there we have it. Very simple counter app. So hopefully by watching this, you've learned how to make an Android app. You've learned how to add buttons and images to the app. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.